sandwich. If I called a hot dog a sandwich, do you think that you would be fine with it? If not, then why? Let's bust this wide. Mary, Carrie, Kelly, oh my, is it a sandwich? Well, let's decide.
Hi everyone, thanks for joining us. I'm Matt Ardil, your sommelier de sandwich, and welcome to the podcast where we crack the food code. Now, let's get started. Order up!
I love that, Matt. Sommelier de sandwich. That's so... I love those words together. I am Kelly Zemnikas. I am one of your 4 hosts of Order Up. Focusing on the next 6 episodes, we're going to focus on a big question. Is a hamburger a sandwich? And a lot of people go hot dog, but we're going to be a little different and go into the hamburger. We're going to dive into that patty. And I'm doing this along with my friends, folks I just adore, fellow foodies. And we all have a different perspective on this, is what I'm getting at. We're going to get into it, but let's start it off. I will go first. I'm fully on the fence. Carrie Haim, what about you?
I'm not on the fence right now. I think that a hamburger is not a sandwich. It doesn't scream sandwich to me. I don't know completely why yet. I need to do some more thinking, but like my instinct, when you said to me, is a hamburger a sandwich? My instinct was to say, no, it is not. And I'm going to go with that for now.
Forcefully, too.
Yes. Oh my, yes. Mm-hmm.
Mary Kennedy, what are your thoughts on this question?
A hamburger is not a sandwich.
Woohoo!
Because it is a dinner item.
Okay. No lunch, just dinner?
I'm hard pressed to do a hamburger at lunch. It's a dinner item. It's a hearty dinner item, and it's not a sandwich.
Okay. And our sommelier, Matt, what are your thoughts on this, Matt? Is a hamburger a sandwich?
No, I think it's a tough question because, I mean, they were named after the Hamburg steaks, which were brought over by German immigrants. And in World War II, they were then renamed Liberty sandwiches because, freedom fry kind of thing. It's been a long story tradition of silliness with food. But, I mean, it's not like there's a hamburger, it's not like in the Hamburger Hall of Fame in Seymour, Wisconsin, there's like the club sandwich room. They don't like mix and match there. So, I mean, personally, I think I have to look at the first sandwich or hamburger created by Louis Lesson in 1900s at Louis' Lunch in New Haven, Connecticut. And I mean, that was served on 2 toasted pieces of white bread. To me, that says sandwich, but I don't know. I'm not sure either. I could go either way. I'm going to see how these episodes, they change me and inform my knowledge about sandwiches and hamburgers.
I gotta say, you just dropped down some hot facts there. First off, why are we not doing this podcast at the Sandwich Hall of Fame?
Hamburger Hall of Fame?
Hamburger Hall of Fame.
I was going to aask if that was real. Is that a real thing, Matt?
Did you make that up?
It's a real thing. It's a real place. Everything has a Hall of Fame, and in Wisconsin, Wisconsin is the appropriate place for the Hamburger Hall of Fame in my mind.
They better have a grilled cheese room or a grilled cheese Wisconsin dairy. I love that. Dropping some facts, which Matt is going to do throughout this whole series as we get to know different friends and some foodies and some comedians, musicians. We got a whole range of people with different ideas on the topic. So let's get to it. Episode number 1 starts now. Who is our guest, Carrie?
I am very excited about this guest. I'm a huge fan. He is a Canadian sketch comedian, is a singer, actor, and TV host. He is best known as the host of the Food Network Canada show, You Gotta Eat Here. He's won 3 Canadian Comedy Awards, and in 2019, he started producing and hosting one of my favorite shows, The Big Food Bucket List. You must watch this show. It's bonkers. Nothing makes me happier than watching him take a bite of food, and then he claps his hands with joy. Everyone, please welcome Mr. John Catucci.
Hey, John's here!
I do like this.
Does
do
this.
I do a lot of this. I do a
Eats.
lot of this.
I feel like I need to have a fork for this
It's so cute.
podcast. You always pull a
Listen,
fork
it's
out.
okay. It's okay. You're all right. Even if you don't have a fork. Our hands are nature's fork. I don't know if that's really a thing, but let's make it a
my
thing.
kids. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, and my husband. Anyway.
I think that could be a good name for like a chicken soup for the soul series. Our hands are our forks.
Nature's forks.
The forks that Jesus gave us. John,
Man.
Okay.
Oh gosh. So John, you're up to a lot of cool things and we're super glad to have you here, but we have 5 questions for you. Some very, very important food questions. I'm going to throw it over to Mary, who's just going to dive in 60 minutes style.
Okay, Mary.
Excellent. Put the timer up there. John, so lovely to meet you. What is a meal that instantly takes you back to childhood?
I know it's a grilled cheese sandwich. Can it just be a sandwich?
Mm-hmm.
Like my mom, and then maybe we could talk about a meal as well, but my mom used to make just classic grilled cheese sandwich, like white bread, margarine. We didn't even use butter when I was growing up. It was margarine. It was Kraft singles, and it was perfection. You know what I mean? Like it was one of the first things I think I learned how to make for myself as well, that I could quickly, easily make a grilled cheese sandwich and not burn the house down. And it's just, there's something so simple and so nostalgic and so loving and caring about it. Like I knew that it was made, when my mom would make it for me, and it was a quick, easy snack, but I knew that connection, that moment, that pass off, there's this thing that happens in that touching of plate, the hand to plate or something. That's just, it's love, right? My love language in my family growing up was based around food, and my love language now is at home with my wife and kids is food as well. That's what I bring to the table. I will cook the food. I do not want to clean up after I cook the food, but I will cook the food. I will cook the shit out of that food. But yeah, like there's a grilled cheese. Like even like my dad's ragu growing up was like that's just like an amazing meal too. Like again, all made with love, all care, and like, but there's something about a grilled cheese, and it has to be like American cheese. It has to be like plain white. It can't be artisanal bread. It can't be fancy cheeses. It cannot be that. It's that simplicity that I love so much. And still to this day, I'll use butter now instead of margarine because we have butter in the house, but it is still white bread and a Kraft single and stuff like that. I still love it.
Delish.
Yeah.
Well, my son made grilled cheese while we were out to dinner last night and almost burned down the house. So
no!
Just to let you know.
No! Yeah, you gotta learn.
Called us with a Mayday. I said, "Is everybody all right?" And she said, "Yes." I said, "So we'll order dessert." All right, next one. What is your favorite late night snack?
Oh man, it's tough because I'm trying not to eat them anymore. I'm trying not to eat it, but it's a toss up. Can it be 2 things? Can it be 2 things, or I have to pick one?
Sure.
Okay.
2.
Okay. One, it's chips. It is sour cream and onion chips.
Oh, the best.
It doesn't have to be ruffled, but sure, if there's a ruffled version of that, sure. But it's like sour cream and onion chips are my go-to. And if my dog hears me opening up the bag of chips, he will fucking run. You just hear, because I go in the basement and try to sneak them, and he'll just sit there and just stare at me. So I have to go 1, 2, 3 chips, 1 for him. 1, 2, 3 chips, 1 for him. And then I'm like, enough. These are my chips. I don't want to share them anymore. But I tried to, I've been trying to see, I've been seeing a trainer to kick my ass into shape a little bit. And he was like, what kind of food choices can you make? And I'm like, I guess I cannot have chips in the house. He's like, okay, that's a good start. And I'm like, man, like I could crush a bag of chips. And then for the longest time, and still even yesterday, it's like, again, white bread, put in a toaster, warm it up a little bit, and Nutella.
Oh my gosh, I had that for lunch today.
Nutella it has been a mainstay. Growing up Italian household, it's there. It's always there. For the longest time, when I had my first daughter, when she was born, we were like, okay, no sugar for her, none of this stuff. So I would hide it so she didn't see it. And then my mom came over to watch my daughter Ruby. And then I come home with, I guess, from an audition or something like that. And she's like, Daddy, Nonna gave me chocolate on bread. I'm like, no, that's mine. Now you're into it now. I'm going to share this jar of it. But it's Nutella. I was having some serious Nutella issues. Like I had to, like, it was like cravings every night. So it'd be like 10:30. Or I was playing poker with a bunch of friends during the pandemic, and we would be playing poker online together, everybody, and around 11:30, be like, excuse me, boys, and I would go get the Nutella, and I would get like just crackers, like Premium Plus crackers and Nutella.
Oh my!
The salted kind. And so then my friend Jeff said, wait, he goes, if you put the Nutella on the side that doesn't have the salt, then when it hits your tongue, you get the salt and chocolate all at the same time. And I was like, what the?
This is mind-blowing.
It was very good. But they knew around like 11:30 when it was coming. They could see me walk away, and they're like, oh, he's going to get the Nutella. And it's just like, it's maybe like 5 to 10 crackers, I would say.
A serving size.
A healthy serving.
The whole thing of Nutella, but 10 crackers.
Just like that. Spoonful of it.
Yeah. I used to do that I would take chocolate and put it in peanut butter, like they did on the commercials.
Oh. Yeah. You got your chocolate in my peanut butter.
I did.
You got my peanut butter and my chocolate.
Yeah.
My dad did that once when he sent me lunch to school one day. Usually I guess my mom would prepare it, but this time my dad did it, and he basically made like a peanut butter chocolate sandwich together. I was like, what is happening here?
I
what is
do that sometimes. I've done that. It's delish. Yeah.
Sure it is.
Fresh bread. It's really good.
Yeah. I'm not denying this. I believe you.
So here's our next question. And I know you're married like I am. What is the worst meal to eat on a date? And I'm using date very simply because we don't go on dates when we're married a lot, or at least I don't.
No, you go on. Let's just get it away from the kids. That's what it is. That's what it is. That's much of a date. Let's talk about like a first date thing. Okay. Let's say if you're going on a first date, I don't think there's anything that should be out of the, like nothing is off bounds, out of bounds, what's the word?
Off the table and out of bounds.
That's the word I'm looking for. Off the table. I'm tired. There's nothing off the table. I think you should eat messy foods on that first date. I think you should show the horror that you are. I think you should show up. I think you need to show that other person, this is what I look like at my worst. And if they're into it, you're set. Like something like messy, like wings, sauce, stuff like, you know what I mean? Like that sort of stuff. One of my first early dates with my wife, I don't know where we went, but I was like taking the top off of ketchup to put on fries. And you do that little tut, and it just spilled all over me. Down on my shirt, my crotch. It was just like really.
So was that the worst meal on a date you had? Would you say, or did you take the fries and put it on your shirt and dip it in the ketchup?
Well, you're not going to waste good ketchup.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
It's a
ketchup
Heinz.
is the best ketchup.
It's a Heinz. Also, anybody else's fries are more delicious. That's what I've also learned.
Yes.
Other people's fries are the most delicious fries anywhere you are.
Agreed.
When we were shooting You Gotta Eat Here, I would just walk around, even Big Food Bucket List, I would go around and steal fries. Just like as I'm walking around, just like they're good fries. But then my director, I told my director, I was like, listen, you gotta help me. The plaid's getting tight. You gotta help me to not eat everything. Because no one told me at the beginning that I shouldn't eat everything. Because you'd be walking into these restaurants and it's like you're going into somebody's house and you want it to be a polite guest. And so I would eat everything. And then I was like, you have to tell me to stop. So the director would say, cut. And I would go in front of the fry. He's like, put the fork down. Stop it. And for every fry I would steal, he would make me do like 5 squats for every fry. So you get to really enjoy squats. I'm telling you right now. You get to really, the trade-off of 5 squats is 1 fry. Give me it.
Yeah.
And nobody has 1 fry. I hate that too. People who eat 1 fry at a time. Fuck off. 1 fry at a time. Like it's like a 2 or 3. At least it's like a 2-3 fry grab. It's like that, like that. And then 1 fry. Kind of. Who are you?
So that person would not get a second date.
No.
No.
So speaking of fries, which is the absolute fantastic cohort, let us say, of a burger.
Yeah.
What was the best burger you ever ate? And where did you
okay, I had to look back. I've eaten a lot of burgers. I'm not going to lie. But I'm going to say that the burger that I had that I can remember just most recently that was very delicious was a restaurant called Alouette. So Aloe is a really famous French restaurant in Toronto. Alouette is their like bistro side of their sister restaurant. They've got a few restaurants. But their Alouette burger, which they use like I wrote it down. So they've got like it's like a chuck and a brisket mixed together. And it's like a flat top on a grill, beautiful. Like nothing else added to the meat. It's just meat and a little bit of seasoning. They make their own brioche buns in-house as well. So you've got these buttery soft buns. But then they take Beaufort cheese and mozzarella and they mix it together and melt it all together and they make it into like a brick. And then they slice that in like a little thing like that. And then they grill that.
Oh my.
So you get like a grilled, like the cheese gets all grilled. It's got a little bit of crisp, but the inside is like molten, golden, gooey deliciousness.
Oh my God. Delicious.
Yeah.
Matt's taking notes. Where can I get this burger?
I'm planning myself.
So do you need a moment? You guys need a cigarette?
I'm just going to make a reservation. Just give me a minute. I'm going to call. Yeah.
So that burger was spectacular because they thought about every single ingredient, right? It wasn't just thrown together. It was like, if we're going to use cheese, we could use this cheese, but let's make it even more mind blowing. And we're going to make a bun. We need a bun. Let's make our own brioche buns. And like find this juicy, meaty, like chuck and brisket that we're going to use together. That's got that perfect amount of fat as well in it. So it grills up. It was a delicious, delicious burger. And then you get fries that when, the burger juices drip down onto it, then it's just like another.
That's so good.
Wow. That's a good burger.
Nice. I'm moving to.
Is everybody all right?
I'm hungry.
It was
just need a minute, John. We're okay. Just a second.
Hot flashes happening and stuff. Like
absolutely. And drum roll, please. Everyone take a deep breath. And finally, John, is a hamburger a sandwich?
Of course it is. If the basic definition of a sandwich is 2 pieces of bread and meat between those 2 pieces of bread, I'm going to say a burger is a sandwich. It is a delicious sandwich. It's a version of a sandwich. Is it better than a ham between 2 pieces of bread? Most definitely. But it's definitely a sandwich. It's not a sandwich. Anything that says it's a sandwich on the menu and then comes open-faced. That's bullshit.
Yes.
Okay. Yep.
Yes. Preach.
Agree.
If you tell me on the menu that it's open-faced, then I make that decision. I'm a happy person. But if you tell me it's a sandwich and then it shows up open-faced, I'm already pissed off.
But wait. But here's a quick question. I don't know if you guys do this because you don't celebrate this holiday in Canada.
What holiday is this?
Thanksgiving.
We celebrate it.
We celebrate it. We do it
early.
We do it at the real time. We do it at the real time.
Yeah.
Okay. We don't do it at the fake American version of it. But go ahead.
But that's what America was built on, the fake American
version. Good point. Yes.
Around that time or after that time, they will have open-faced sandwiches, which are the deconstructed dinner with turkey. Okay. Is that okay with you? Are you all right with that?
But you're going to tell me it's an open-faced turkey sandwich. It's in the name of the sandwich. Okay. But if you're going to say it's a turkey sandwich, I'm expecting 2 pieces of bread with turkey in the middle. But then if you're going to fuck with me and then go, here's a turkey sandwich, and here's a piece of bread and turkey on top, I'll still eat it. I just want to know. I would like the ability to choose for myself.
So you don't want unsolicited open-faced sandwiches. You want fully informed open face. And if it says sandwich, it's 2 pieces of bread like the normal sandwich.
Exactly.
Okay. I can accept this.
Exactly.
Yeah.
What about an open-faced hamburger?
What kind of madman are you?
That's just madness.
That's messing with my head a little bit right there. I've had them. It's an open-faced hamburger. It's not a sandwich.
Okay.
I think the basic thing is 2 pieces of bread, I would think, to make a sandwich. I would think. And it doesn't have to be it could just be. Now here's the thing. What if it's a bun and it's open up, it's still one bun, but it's still connected at the bottom? That's still a sandwich? Because there's still 2 pieces. Okay. We're good. Remember when Subway used to make their sandwiches where they would cut into the top like that, and they would just like pull out their little piece, and then they would put the sandwich on the inside? Remember that? Yeah. Those were the good old days.
But if the bread's connected, is it still a sandwich, or should it be separate pieces of bread?
I still think it's in the sandwich family, I would think.
Okay. All right.
But it's like a weird cousin.
Yeah. Nobody talks to
one side.
You see that sandwich at Thanksgiving. That's the kind of sandwich. That's the only time you see that sandwich is at Thanksgiving, and they're already drunk when they show up.
So it's a bourbon pulled pork sandwich.
Yes. Yes. Bourbon pulled pork sandwich, slightly racist. Definitely misogynistic. And it gets offended when you try to correct it.
Okay.
Oh my goodness. And we mentioned off the top of the show, Matt is just filled with excellent sandwich and burger facts. Matt, you were saying during World War I, this was called a Liberty sandwich?
World War II. Yes.
Do you have any thoughts on that, John? That at one
What's
point,
the Liberty sandwich? Is there a specific ingredient to make a Liberty sandwich?
Just a hamburger.
That's what they call the hamburger. Is the Liberty? Because of Germany, because of Hamburg, because of hamburger.
Hamburg steaks are what they're named after. So you can't associate with Germany, so we're just going to call it a Liberty sandwich.
They also changed it to freedom fries. Remember?
That's
there's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of stuff that happens south of the border that we're just here for. We're not going to say neither here nor there, but we're just.
Yeah, we make some interesting decisions where.
I think I'm going to mess up the quote, but I think Pierre Trudeau said that living next to the United States is like sleeping in bed with an elephant, that you feel every move they make. I think that I'm not. Don't quote me on it. That's the gist of it, and I'm like, yep, that's not too far.
And living next to Canada is like living next to a stealth spy, because guys, we don't know what's going on necessarily. We know you are friendly, but one day you may lose your mind, and then we're all screwed, ladies and gentlemen.
We're gonna snap.
We could snap.
You can snap. You
Get out
could
our
some
hockey
acting.
sticks, throw off
Yeah.
our gloves.
Just gonna
Just
pour
fucking-
maple syrup all
yeah.
over everything. It's
Yeah,
just
we're
As
gonna,
disaster.
you
like-
said, you're silent but deadly. That's all I mean.
We do have poutine up here. We are silent.
Yeah. We're just gonna toss poutine from planes and drop them all over.
Little tiny parachutes.
Oh my gosh. Before we go, John, what do you have coming up? What should we watch out for? What do you got going up?
The new season of Big Food Bucket List is on the air right now, so you can catch that. You can catch that on Food Network Canada, and it airs on Hulu in the States.
Yes.
So all the friends in the States can watch. You got a Big Food Bucket List on Hulu. And I'm just home now right now. I'm just like enjoying not work. Like we're not shooting right now, so we're kind of on a hiatus. So this is the first time I've had a summer home in like 3 years. So weird. So I got to work on my garden. I got to see my family, hang out with my kids, my wife, which is so odd. But yeah, I'm hankering down. I could feel the winter coming, so I got to get my garlic planted soon. And I'm going to start making more bread. I made a lot of pastry dough last week. So it's in the freezer. Made a lot of pesto this summer as well. It's in the freezer. So it's time to buy a chest freezer is what I'm saying. I need to find a freezer.
We'll start a GoFundMe. Everyone can
Thank you.
click on the link.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, well thank you, John, so much for being here today. So far you're the only person who has said definitively it is a sandwich. So that's one in your corner. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Everyone else said no?
I'm on the fence. Matt's on the fence. Most people say no. There are very few yeses.
It's meat and bread.
We'll leave it at
Like
that.
it's meat and bread. Like
Okay.
What's the
What's that
argument?
fight? Why are we fighting? A hamburger? Why are we fighting this?
That's all I have, John. That's all
Hold
I
on
have.
to it. Hold on to it, Mary, and hold on to it tight.
I feel like we should start singing "Come Together" if we had the money to play a Beatles song right now. Come together. It's a sandwich. Oh gosh, thank you so much, John. We'll see you around.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Bye-bye.
John.
This was great.
Bye-bye. Alrighty. So far, it looks like on the tally board, which is no one can see it at home, but I have one. It's a Post-it. It's not big. We have John saying yes, Matt and I going I don't know, and Cari and Mary saying no dice. So that's where we're at. All right. Well, we'll see what the next episode brings.
The suspense is killing me. Suspense.
I'm gonna go get a hamburger now.
Oh,
Or a
so
sandwich.
hungry. Yeah. Okay. So the first question I'm going to ask you, and I'm going to ask you all the same question. So think about it, but don't talk until it's your turn. Okay, what's your name and how old are you?
I'm Jordan and I'm 10 years old.
Jordan, is a hamburger a sandwich?
No,
Can you tell me more about why you're saying no?
because the sandwich has stuff inside and there's like two things on top. Well, if there's buns on the burger, then it's a sandwich.
So no, but yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. What is your name and how old are you?
I am 6 and my name is Everly.
Everly, is a hamburger a sandwich?
No,
Why not?
because it's not cooked
Oh.
and the buns are different
Different than what?
than a sandwich bun.
Got it. Okay, thank you. What is your name and how old are you?
My name's Elizabeth, and I'm 11 years old.
Turning 12. Elizabeth, is a hamburger a sandwich?
Half yes, half no.
Can you explain yourself?
Yes. Okay. So a sandwich is usually what people think of two flat pieces of bread with either like all their toppings. The hamburger is basically the same, except it has a patty instead of maybe bologna, ham, and stuff. And it's more round than flat, the buns.
So is it a sandwich or not?
It's half a sandwich, half not a sandwich.
Okay. Okay, what is your name and how old are you?
My name is Molly and I'm 12.
Molly, is a hamburger a sandwich?
Yes.
Can you explain?
Because a sandwich is just 2 pieces of bread with stuff in the middle. And that's what a burger is.
So a burger qualifies. Hamburger with like bread, stuff in the middle, hamburger qualifies.
Yes, but it can't be like a hot dog where it's wrapped around. It has to be 2 different pieces of bread.
So a hot dog is not a sandwich, but a hamburger is.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. Okay. What is your name and how old are you?
My name is Kira and I'm 11.
Kira, is a hamburger a sandwich?
Kind of, because there's like 2 different groups of sandwiches. There's a hot sandwich and a cold sandwich. And so it's in the hot sandwich. So technically, yes.
So now we have categories of sandwich, hot sandwich and cold sandwich. Very interesting. Okay, thank you, everybody.
Order Up is hosted and produced by Matt Ardill,
Mary Kennedy,
Carrie Hain,
Kelly Zemnikas.
and original music is by Rebecca McDonald.